Welcome back aboard Blurred Forest 1 with your boy Mo and also your girl Polly. And this is the Supercast, where we talk about all things superhero in our pop culture media. That's movies, TV shows, and video games. We talk about the news, do some speculation, all that good nerdy stuff. And before we get into this podcast today, you know what to do. Get down there, hit like on the stream or the video if you're catching this later. And hop into the chat. Say, hey, we will shout you out. Love to hear and see from you guys. So, we're in a post-Superman world. You know, Clark, Kal-El, he came, he saw, he conquered with kindness, I want to say. And also, Crypto is the best.
And punk rock.
Yeah, and punk rock, absolutely. Crypto's the best dog in the world. Fight me. And also,
I mean, he will fight you.
I mean, you guys
Playfully.
don't play with Crypto. But also, Ma and Pa Kent are the best parents. Like, look, Superman has happened. It's great. We loved it. We talked about it extensively last week. But that doesn't mean we have to stop talking about it. As you saw from the thumbnail for this stream, that we are going to be talking about Superman box office. What's it all about? How to really do, and where can we expect it to end up? And of course, we got other things to talk about. But Polly, how you doing? How you doing in Latveria today?
It's good. We're getting ready to the next week. It's an important day for us. The weather is nice. It's rained today. Nothing of importance is going on.
Right.
Otherwise, though, I've been reading some comics, watching some stuff, still talking and thinking about Superman, hating on Reed, all of that gone super well.
That's cool. That's Superman's doing well, but next week is the Reed hate-a-thon in Latveria. I think we're ready for it. I actually want to shout out Joe, Muscles in the Multiverse.
Yeah.
He pulled up to the Reed what do you call the Reed Truthers meeting. The Reed Truthers meeting. He said hold on with all this Reed Richards propaganda. You guys trying to pull a fast one on us with Pedro Pascal, which I mean,
we're not getting fooled. Well, Joe understands what's up. He's not falling for propaganda, and if he can help it, neither will you. So definitely watch that video.
I love the whole responses and stuff like that. The people are being like, you guys are really you guys are really putting me on to like what's really going on. We see you, Marvel. You're not gonna fool us. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, if anyone's gonna fool us, it's got to be Pedro, because I mean.
I know they're gonna try.
We'll see.
We're not forgetting anything that Reed's ever done.
I think also Matt Shackman has a real soft spot in his heart for Reed Richards. So I think you're going to be fighting hard against the sanitizing of Reed Richards.
It ain't gonna be the first time.
Oh, that's good stuff. Anyway, what you been up to, nerdy, this week? I know you've been on vacation, which is cool.
Oh yeah. Unlike most people who take their vacations and like go travel and stuff, I took a vacation to watch the movies. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I've been reading some stuff on Unlimited and some stuff like some new comics, things like that. I've been planning my next trades because like it's really hard. It's a lot of stuff going on. I read Imperial finally.
Nice.
I read the other big thing, The Age of Revelation. Also something interesting is going on there. I don't know. It looks exciting, and I hope that it's going to be one of those events that really, really shake everything. So.
Oh, you mean one of those events that happens like every 2.5 years at Marvel?
No, one of those events that end up being really good.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I would hope.
Well, it is. It does look promising. It does look
I've
promising.
only sort of think. Look, I'm way behind on Marvel anything. So, but I mean, it looks interesting. Um, I I'm sure I'll get to it next year, probably maybe. Because I'm just so slow on reading my comics. I did read some comics
So
though.
hopefully.
Like,
Oh, which
oh,
ones?
I took a break from the the age of the Krakoan age.
Krakoa.
Well,
Hmm.
I'm taking my sweet time with that. It's a lot, especially the first the dawn of X is like there's a lot to it. So I'm just sort of working my way through it slowly. But
Yeah, there
also,
are a lot of runs.
yeah, I did start looking into the Ultimate Universe, the new one.
The current one.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
what
Oh
was
yeah.
it? Ultimate Invasion, was that the first one?
Hmm. Hmm.
So I worked
That
through
was like with Spider-Man.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, and I worked through not Ultimate. What was the one before that? Either one, the one where you show the maker
Oh,
remaking, remaking
the
Ultimate.
mm,
Well, I you know what I'm talking about.
ultimatum.
It's something like
Something
that
like, yeah, the
where he goes.
ultimate invasion. Yeah,
Yeah,
invasion.
he escapes and then he starts
Mhm.
this new one and changes all this stuff.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
And
Look,
in case anyone forgot, it's Reed Richards again. So
it's really interesting and like I love the idea of like Hickman's good for this. He his high concept
yeah,
his high concept
it's
that shakes the world up. And now it mostly all the storytelling that unfolds from this high concept first starting, the domino, so to speak, that tips over. Now you have to see how does this actually play itself out if everything you know and understand about the Ultimate Universe or the Marvel Universe is flipped on its head intentionally by a bad actor. And to see the
yeah,
way
and
things worked
you
out.
know what? I definitely like that they this time they gave it to Hickman, so he can he can't create a big mess in the main universe where he I don't know, pulls some people with horns or creatures with horns and starts like rewriting the whole mythos of the
Yeah,
universe. But he has ultimate to do this, and that's pretty good. It's been going well so far, I think.
it's
It's
interesting.
I'm following like all of the stories. I'm a little behind on Ultimate X-Men because it's like the least interesting one for me. It was shocking because I usually love this young adult stuff, but it's supposed to be like a young adult comic book, but something is off for me. It's just not working. But there is like Ultimate Wolverine, which is really good. It's pretty much the X-Men that we know, and then Black Panther and
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Spider-Man and the Ultimates. These are all very very strong runs.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting in that it has us like he just has space to just like the original Ultimate Universe. The whole point was we don't have to care about 616 continuity or 616 continuity, so we're not going to, and we're just going to do whatever. And it's interesting. I've liked I think I've read the first Ultimate Invasion and then Ultimate Universe number one, and now I got to start diving in. And the great thing is that Marvel Comics, was it Marvel Unlimited, has reading guides, so I don't have to fucking hunt around for the shit. I'm like, good. This is annoying.
Well, they are pretty much separate for now.
Mhm.
So you have to read the Ultimate Invasion, and then you can just follow the runs that you're interested in.
Right.
Except for like at some point, I think they crossover, but not really, not much. And it another good point is that it still originates from his work, because I think like he introduced the Maker,
Hmm.
so
I mean,
again, like
it's cool. I think, and we know, like, this also may give us some hints at where ultimately Marvel Studios does, pull some of its ideas because it's pretty clear. I've said it before, and I think the
Mhm.
evidence bears out. Kevin Feige really likes Jonathan Hickman's work. He
God,
really like.
if they give us Maker in the main universe, in the like MCU, I'd
I
be grateful, because like let's hate him together.
I think we will see the Maker. This is just speculation. I hope it's true, but I think if we do, and I think we will, and if we do, I think it's gonna be they're gonna be true to the comics, and they're gonna bring what's the guy's name? From not Ty Sheridan. I keep wanting to say that. That's not who it is. From Fan Four Stick, that played Reed in that.
Oh my god.
There, yeah,
Uh,
I would be too,
that-
because that is the maker. He's the maker. So
well,
ultimately,
yeah, it was based on the
yeah,
Ultimate universe, yes. But I would actually, if I was making the call, I would just turn the main MCU Reed Richards into the maker, because, well, I
they're
hate
not
Reed,
going
and
to.
because, well, then Stu can be with Namor.
They're not going to, but I think I really would. I think
They really should, though.
I think that would be a good.
I got a pitch.
It would be a good call for them to bring, for one. It would close the circle, if you will, because they're already bringing back other Fox people anyway. Why not bring him back?
Yeah, but they're really, really pretending that that movie doesn't exist, and I'm fine with that. I think that if you want to pretend that one movie doesn't exist out of all Marvel movies, this would be the one.
I think it would be a good call, because you bring the maker in. His Sue and Johnny and Ben are all dead. I think they're all there because they were erased from continuity because of what, I forget what the name of the event, but that basically brought Miles into
Secret Wars.
Yeah. So they're gone, right? He would just be the only one left, and I will be fine. You wouldn't have to bring any of the other people back. I think I'd be down with it. But we'll see. We're getting a bit far afield. I did also. I started watching a new anime. It's 13 years late, but I started watching Excel World, which is on Prime Video.
I've never heard of that.
It's a cool little thing about in the near future where all these people have, embedded computers in them, and they can play, they can get online or whatever. Anyway, this guy gets a video game. He's like a short fat kid that gets picked on, but he's really good at video games, and like he gets this video game that allows him to basically accelerate his brain waves. So, and there's like, it's a high school thing, but also it's it's one of those things where you're playing in a virtual world, but it has real world implications, because being able to essentially pause time by speeding up your thoughts allows them to do things in the real world, like to do, basically pause the world, pick the best thing to do, and then do that thing. And it allows people that have it to like basically cheat at life. It's fun. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm about 5-6 episodes in. And I believe it only got one season, but it was like 24 episodes. So I'm going to follow that to the end. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying getting back into anime. It's really quite fun. And then finally, you know what it is. It's another week. So what do I always do every week? It's time for nerding on a budget, y'all.
You buy stuff, yeah.
I may be broke, but that doesn't mean I can't have things, because look, having things is the American way. God damn it. It's consumerism, crass consumerism. I will not shirk.
I'm not arguing.
Yeah. So I went to my favorite thrift shop and got some good stuff this week. This is only one piece of physical media, but it was good. Look at it. It's a 3-pack of The Goonies, Gremlins 1 and 2 DVD. But hey, I will take. This was $1. I'll take that. That's $1 to get some classic movies. I'm good. And of course, I got some comics to add to my stack of comics. So I got, and I just saw him in the Krakoan era books. You get Generation X, which are your favorite. I forget the guy's. Was it not? Is it Kid Omega? Whatever. I forget.
Quentin Quire.
Quentin Quire. He's such a dick, and I love him.
Yeah. And also, yeah, Kid Omega is also him.
He's really. I was reading him in the X-Force in Dawn of X, when he and Wolverine are going to try to find Domino, and I was like, I like this kid. I like the cut of his jib. He's funny.
He is awful, actually, because you remember that New X-Men, my favorite Academy X. Yeah, he's from that.
He did suck in that.
No, I think.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember
is he from that? Yeah, he's from that era. Yes. Because the whole thing with the Revolution, when he's tried to, oh god,
he's basically like, if you think about what is it, Karate Kid, he's basically just Johnny. Like that's
I
his.
never
his
watched Karate Kid.
oh, you haven't watched Karate Kid? Oh, we
No.
have got to fix that. That's man, like what?
No.
Yeah, you should. You
I
should.
don't want to watch a karate
Yeah, Karate Kid's
movie
awesome.
about kids.
You'll get some references once you watch it. But I got 2 volumes, 3 and 4 of Uncanny Inhumans. So all told, these were half off.
Well, Inhumans. Inhumans.
They're
Of course, they were half off.
This was $4. This was $3. The other one was $3. So all told, I think I spent like $13. So I'm doing all right. Like,
awesome,
but shout out to you guys that are nerding on a budget. You know, never pay full price, I say, to get all your nerdy stuff. I got to start reading some of these comics. I got a stack of like 25 comic, trade paperback. I need to read these.
Look, there is no shame in like postponing it as long as you get to them eventually and read them.
Yeah, I mean, I have them for when the apocalypse comes and I need something to do. So
yeah, while like Buffy's and Supermans of this world are gonna like survive and fight the zombies or whatever, just read comics.
Yeah, I mean, I got to do something when the power is all gone. So yay! All right, so that's
yeah.
That's all we got.
Probably stack up on some candles too.
Yeah,
like, power's gonna be gone. So.
And if it's a Greg Land book, I can at least use it for fire. So anyway, we need to get to this. It's 20-something minutes. We haven't started the show yet. Let's actually get into what we're supposed to be talking about, which is we're going to talk about a new Supergirl poster. Invincible gets renewed. John Malkovich gets cut. Lanterns wraps its filming. Fantastic Four First Steps is going to get a blue carpet premiere. And like it's going to be recast. I mean, not recast, rebroadcast. That's what's interesting. Then we're going to talk about Superman. There's the salaries for the people involved were released, and people are weirdly upset about it. Superman drives some interest in DC properties on Max, and we're going to talk about box office for Superman and where could it land? What does this mean for DC Studios? Are they happy or mad? Are people just, saying some bullshit online? Yes to all that. So, you ready, Polly? We're going to get into this.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. So, Supergirl. It's called Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. That's what it was called. They dropped a poster. Polly, I'm sure you saw it. I think actually James Gunn was the one that posted it first. But it says, if you look on the screen right now, it says look out. Like it's the look up with the Superman crest, but out is like spray painted out. And you got Supergirl just kind of to the side drinking a Slurpee, a blue Slurpee. So not sure exactly what flavor that is, but it's probably something with alcohol in it because that's that's how
we got introduced to her.
Yeah, it was a cool look. It's a cool little poster. Also, I hear tell that they're going to talk about her more extensively at San Diego Comic-Con, which of course we know is coming up very soon. I think is it next month? Yeah, Comic-Con is coming up next month. Which is funny because a lot of the studios aren't really doing much, right? Marvel Studios not really doing much, understandably, because Fantastic Four is already dropped. Why are they going to spend any time or real money at Comic-Con to push any of their DC Marvel Studio stuff? And DC is kind of in a similar place. Peacemaker's coming out soon. I think they're going to feature that, but Supergirl's the next thing, so they're going to be talking about there. I just wanted to bring this up real quick. One, just be like, let's talk about how cool that poster is, but also, do you anticipate any like major not even revelations, but just like any new information or revelatory information to come out of Comic-Con?
Mostly, of course, yes. Probably there will be something. I do have to point out that I haven't read the book that it's inspired by, the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow book. I'm planning on reading that, which would be probably the first time I actually read something about Supergirl. Aside from that, I've seen her in like shows and cartoons and stuff like that, but never really followed the character. So it's exciting. It's interesting. I liked the fun way that she was introduced in Superman, and yeah, I think that they definitely gonna probably. I don't know. Is the cast fully announced or stuff like that?
Let me see if I can. I mean, we know Momoa is going to be in it because he's Lobo,
Well, yeah.
and Lobo does figure
Other than
into
that,
the
I don't
comic.
think that.
I think Lobo does figure into it. The other rest of the cast, I'm not really sure because I think they cast the villain. I don't remember who was cast as the villain, but this takes place off Earth. This is all in outer space. Like none of this is Earth based, as far as I know. It's all
Yeah.
outer space. So they cast the little girl that she's supposed to be escorting, keeping safe, or something like that. Not a lot of not big names. I don't remember any of the names beyond Momoa, which is fine. Like the thing is that this whole movie is supposed to be different from Superman. You know, we just saw Superman. We know what that is, and it's a Superman film, a very good Superman film. Supergirl's a different animal, if so to speak. Here, she's a different. She's doing different things. We saw that in her appearance. She's doing, she's more of a young adult that's kind of like, partying, and but also there's a tragic aspect to her backstory that explains why she's a hard partying, drinking, and whatever. And Crypto's going to be there, so we know Crypto will be in it. That's about as much.
Well,
as
other than that, I think that they're gonna announce the cast, hopefully, and tell us something, show us something.
Hopefully they bring out Todd Gillespie, who is the director, and they talk a bit more about. I like.
Oh, yeah.
I have to be honest. I think that they're doing a pretty brilliant job of getting her out there. That little bit at the end of Superman, I think, was just the perfect springboard. So I'm really excited. I want to see what they're going to be doing, and obviously we're going to keep an eye on Comic-Con and see what that's all about. So we'll talk about it then. Our next thing, surprise but not surprise. Invincible gets an early season 5 renewal. We haven't even gotten season 4 yet. Season 3 just ended a few months ago. I think 3 months ago. We knew we were getting a season 4 because they renewed season 3 and 4 at the same time. Now they're saying season 5 renewal. I'm cool. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that fighting game. We know that the comic was pretty long running, and also that Kirkman was like, in my mind, this is 8 seasons. So I think there no shit is what I say. I'm happy that this is happening. I'm not surprised. Are you surprised at all by this?
Well, not really, because it's pretty popular, and there would be no reason to not renew it. It would be actually unwise.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not shocking. It's nice to know that something is, at least something's getting renewed. Nothing's getting canceled. Not everything, is getting canceled all the time. So yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, and it makes sense because it's
even though I've never finished season 3, because
me neither. I have 3 episodes to go.
Season releases. This is such a pain, and now I have to rewatch season 1 and season 2, probably season 3 again, or something like that, because I don't remember what the hell was happening in the first seasons.
Yeah, I have I have 3 episodes left. I'm gonna commit to going back and watching them this coming week because it doesn't make any sense. I'm watching all this other stuff. I need to watch this. But it's all. I mean, it's a cheap-ish show to produce. They only make 8 episodes per season. And they're a lot to their credit. They're 40-something minute episodes, but they, the animation's not exactly the most expensive. Like it pales in comparison to like X-Men 97 or Creature Commandos in terms of its animation, but it's got a good voice cast. And it's got a long running story that can easily be translated into, season long arcs. So I'm not surprised at all. I'm happy about this. Can't wait to see more. They need to announce the release date already. Let's get season 4 moving. That's all I'm saying. Probably next year, I'm saying. So we'll talk about all of that when we get the information. Also, another bit of news is, and this is for you, really, Polly, because you're the Fantastic Four person. You really know it. John Malkovich was gonna be. Remember that they made a big deal about it. He's gonna be in Fantastic Four First Steps.
He was in the trailer, yeah.
Yeah, literally was in the trailer. You can't see the picture, but the one it shows on that I'm showing now has his character from the trailer. And now he ain't in this movie anymore. And Matt Shackman was like, "Hey, I wanted him to be in it, but like we had to cut it because Fantastic Four First Steps is not even 2 hours long. I think it's an hour and
It's 1 hour and 55 minutes.
yeah. It's just shy of 2 hours long. So this is I suspect, and this sucks for him too. Because John Malkovich is cool. Like he plays good villains. He plays good characters in general. He looked interesting in this. He looked like Santa Claus falling on hard times in this.
Yeah, most people think that I don't know. I don't think that it was ever officially confirmed or denied that he was playing the Red Ghost, which is a Soviet scientist who went to space, like who was in this whole space race thing and went to space, trained some like superpowered monkeys. He exposed them to this cosmic rays, same as the Fantastic Four, and then the monkeys fought Fantastic Four and stuff like that. It's all pretty crazy, but it's one of the earliest stories, and of course,
sounds like some
I
Stan
think
Lee
that
shit. It sounds like some
it was
shit.
definitely some Stan Lee shit. That is exactly what it was. That's exactly when it happened, and well, they couldn't just simply admit that the Soviets got to space before them.
I mean, I think I think this sucks, but also like I get it. Like it's already because did you see it? I didn't put this on the lead, but
I saw the article and it says that like they had enough to focus on, and I understand that because it's an ensemble movie.
Yeah. Well, so you have obviously you have the Fantastic Four. Paul Walter Hauser is also in this as Mole Man. They did you see like they showed like a behind the scenes picture of Mole Man? So he's in. So
I did not see like I saw the I think it was a commercial, right? Where they were fighting the Giganto. And but it was a commercial, it wasn't in the movie, and other than that I don't really know. I did not follow specifically, I did not follow any of these things, any of the news.
Yeah, I hear that. I'm not trying to either.
Yeah, I don't know who shows up in the movie aside from.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
I do know that.
But...
No, that's okay. I do know that like now obviously he was John Malkovich. I mean, was playing indeed Red Ghost. Then he's not gonna be there, but maybe like some reference or something because it's a bit of early Fantastic Four history and something that they actually like who they actually fought. It's
yeah, it's
could have been there, but okay, I understand why they made this choice.
I think that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but like we really are in the weeds. Like if you're talking about a Red Ghost, you are in the weeds of the Marvel Comics universe. That's just not because there are just so many like little people like that.
And it's really silly.
Yeah,
that's another thing.
It would be
really
interesting.
Silly. It's a really silly story about like superpowered monkeys fighting the Fantastic Four. So yeah.
It could be really interesting in the same way that Cosmo, I consider Cosmo to be one of my favorite newer characters that they created, in the comics. Newer being within the last 20 years. But Rocket, like there's a place for superpowered, intelligent, apes.
Yeah, but they're not really as intelligent as much. They pretty much just do what he says.
Yeah.
They don't do anything on their own. They're not that interesting. He's definitely not one of the more interesting villains. There's like
he's just a red.
Puppet
he's a
Master,
red,
I think, is.
He's just a Red Scare villain.
Yeah. Pretty much like beware of those Soviets.
Yeah.
Which is still good advice. Beware. Well, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah. Either way, yeah, you probably, if you had to put one of those early villains that into the story, that probably would have to be Puppet Master, because he at least is the part of the family now.
Well, I mean, I think the
And
only
he has like some depth. He has some depth.
yeah, I think the only reason why this is noteworthy is because it's John Malkovich, and they were like, he got cut from Spider-Man or whatever, too, Spider-Man 3 or something like. I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't know
he's
that.
always the bridesmaid,
Well,
never the bride. I tell you.
maybe he's gonna get cut off some other movies. Let's see. We'll
Yeah.
be following.
Well, but it's just too bad. But
Maybe he'll go to DC too and get cut off there.
Yeah, he got paid one way or the other. I'd be like, oh no. I guess I'll just have to dry my tears with the all the money y'all paid me to not do it.
Well, it's okay. Yeah, he got paid, but then again, he also did the work.
Yeah, I mean, he did the work, but it's. I mean, maybe we'll get it in a.
We're never gonna see that.
Maybe we'll get in a behind the scene or a deleted scene thing. So we'll see.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. So, too bad, John. Just comfort yourself with your money. So, Lanterns, the HBO Max and HBO series, starring Aaron Pierre and I forget Kyle Chandler as Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, respectively, has finished filming.
Okay, sorry, I know who Aaron Pierre is, but who's the other guys?
Kyle Chandler. Let me see. Do you remember in Iron Man 1 and 2? You remember he was one of the Army guys that worked, the Air Force people that worked in the base, and he was basically the guy in charge. But that is, okay. I'm just saying that because I know you've seen Iron Man 1 and 2. He was also most famously, he was in Friday Night Lights. He was the main character. He played the coach in Friday Night Lights. I'm trying to, like, he's been in a bunch of things. Kyle Chandler's, when you look him up, you'll when you see his face, you'll be like, "Oh, okay, I know who that guy is. I know who you're talking about."
Yeah, no, I've seen that guy. I have no idea who he is.
But he in Iron Man 1 and 2, he worked like he was a superior to or equal to Rhodey, but he would be a guy like what's that bogey? Like there's a boat. They're like, "Oh, Major, there's a boat," and he's the guy that they're talking to. That's him. Anyway, he plays Hal Jordan, and Aaron Pierre, of course, plays Jon Stewart. So they wrapped filming. Cool. That's not really super noteworthy. Great, they finished a project. But they were talking to Aaron Pierre, and he was like, "Well, Lantern's just kind of a Jon Stewart story," and I was like, "Thank you." Even though Hal Jordan is kind of like he's my entry into Green Lantern, but like I know I'm in the minority among people my age or younger, because most of y'all know Jon Stewart because of the DC AU, right? Because of Justice League.
Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah. My entry to the Green Lantern wasn't those, it was the comics. So I know Hal Jordan a bit more, but I know Jon Stewart. In fact, my favorite, y'all gonna beat me up over this, it's not Jon Stewart and it's not Hal Jordan. I really like Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner is my guy. But fine.
Okay, like Joe exists, okay?
Yeah.
As long as Joe exists, there is no better Lantern for me.
Yeah. So and I haven't even gotten to her story. So there's a bunch of people. There's Lanterns I haven't gotten to their stories. So I've been out of the Green Lanterns for quite a while, actually. But that being said, I do like that Jon Stewart's getting shine here, because a lot of people
lost your sound. I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Oh, no, I can.
Okay, awesome. No, I like that Jon Stewart's getting shine for the people that love the DCAU. And also because like even the chuds can't act a fool about Jon Stewart. Yeah. They would be reaching so hard. They would be reaching further than Reed Richards justifying almost destroying the world for the 70th time. That's they'd be bending over backwards trying to make that make sense. That they want to hate on it and call it woke, whatever the fuck. Jon Stewart is that guy. Everyone, and I think the reason why they can't make a big deal out of it is because that's their lantern that they grew up with, right? They'll be like,
they will still try, and I'd be really curious to see what excuses they can come up with, but I don't think that.
I think that everyone would
They're not smart enough.
Even their their audience would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Jon Stewart's that guy." They really would be like, "What are you talking about? Jon Stewart, we know who he is." Like they're not forcing him on us. So I love that he says like Lanterns is about him. Because I think that the original, as much as I look, I'm not a hater on the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds. I don't hate that movie. I don't think it's amazing, but
it's better than Van Forstic.
It's
I've watched it several times, and it's
fine.
It's not good. It's fine.
It's fine. Like, so I don't hate on it, but I get why people are like, "What is this?" Because Hal Jordan is not other people's lanterns, but the other thing is that Hal Jordan, for better or for worse, is cut from that same Silver Age cloth of like a white protagonist. They kind of get this power. There's a more than a little paternalism to him. He's like, he has some Reed Richards tendencies that aren't good, but he's ultimately a cop. Like, so, and he's a soldier turned police officer, and he has sometimes some not so great looks at it, which is in a way lampshaded very famously in the 70s when remember Green Lantern, Green Arrow. I don't know if you've read them, but there was a Green Lantern, Green Arrow series in the 70s where you got Green Arrow, who is in the comics is very left leaning, right? And Hal Jordan in the comics, at least early on, he's very right leaning because he's a military man and so forth. So they were a team up, but they had they were like the odd couple, an ideological odd couple. So seeing Hal Jordan, who he is as a person, he's very much more like a police officer, and I don't think that's. And I know the Green Lanterns are police officers, but it's kind of hard, given our relationship to policing, to really be like, yay, police,
It's a little bit reimagined in the far sector, which addresses the issue. But other than that, I think that they also had the description, right, of what's going to happen in the show.
It's a murder mystery on Earth that has implications that extend beyond Earth. That's my understanding. And of course, we know and Guy is going to show up too. So we are going to get Fillion showing up and as a Green Lantern in it. So this all is interesting. Like I'm honestly really excited for this show. Not just because Green Lantern is probably one of my maybe my favorite thing about DC Universe in general. But I really want to see how they do an Earth-based mystery that requires 2 Green Lanterns. Like, what kind of Earth-based mystery needs 2 Green Lanterns? But here's the other thing: we just saw Superman on the Earth in this DC universe that we just saw in Superman. I can see why they might need some Green Lanterns. I can see it. Like, before I saw Superman, I was just like, I can't imagine the fuck y'all need 2 Green Lanterns for. What are 2 Green Lanterns gonna do in this situation? What are they? How much? This is overkill. Now that I see the new DCU, I'm like, y'all probably need you. I can
maybe we need a third one.
I can see why you probably need some, because like all the stuff presented in Superman tells me that there's a lot of metahuman shenanigans going on in that world, and they need Green Lanterns to stick around. Guy Gardner being on Earth makes a ton of sense to me right now. Like, now that I've seen, I'm like, it makes sense, because I was like, why you need 3 lanterns for Earth? What do you need 3 lanterns for? Oh, okay, I see now.
Also, there's probably gonna be some stuff in space, and I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
I actually a little bit disappointed that it's an Earth murder mystery, because space murder mystery would be just
It
awesome.
would be, but I for one, it's a budget thing. I know.
Yeah.
But I also see it as that Earth, because in Marvel comics, there's a lot of stuff going on Earth that reverberates around the cosmos, and I think that's true in DC,
Yeah.
and it has to in DC. This has to be true because they have Superman, who's a Kryptonian. They have two Kryptonians living on or in the vicinity of Earth, right? That's automatically cosmically important. Those two Kryptonians are automatically cosmically important. You have some geniuses who are doing science that clearly is going to impact, can send them off world to have some really major implications. Plus, you have metahumans, and you clearly have magic. You clearly have interdimensional travel because we saw a dimensional imp. In the DC universe, we know, like, if y'all are aware of the comics, they literally just say it is it's kind of like in the Dark Tower, where it is like the centerpiece of the cosmos in many ways, and that what happens on Earth can spawn different realities. So it's all like, it's really super important. Yes, this is a human centric thing where we think we're the center of the universe, but literally in the DC universe, it's true. So having
Pretty sure it's just the America thing.
I mean, look, what we
because everybody in space speaks what?
They speak galactic standard.
Which, that ironically sounds like English.
Which is, well, I mean, this is just, they're translating for us. I know that the lantern rings do translate for them. So either way, I find this is all interesting. I want that trailer. That's why I'm looking for this trailer. So
yeah,
we'll keep an eye out at it, and we'll talk about it then. Fantastic Four is getting a blue carpet premiere because, of course, it is. Of course, why would they do a red carpet for Fantastic Four? They're going to do a blue carpet, and they've already started doing these things.
They should do 4 carpets.
Yeah. They just had, everyone walks on their own carpet. There's
yes.
They've been rolling this
out.
But
it's fantastic.
Yeah, they've been rolling this out internationally. I think they were just in Berlin. I think that's what this picture I have on the screen is from. But one thing they're doing differently with this one, though, is that they're going to do the actual premiere. So, and they are recording it, and they're going to be live streaming it on Disney Plus, and rebroadcasting it on Disney Plus, which is cool. Look, in this day and age, especially with people like us, we're all like, oh, we need more. Give us more interviews and insider information, and talk about your character. And like, we want to see this to me is like the Oscars or whatever. We're like, what are they, who are you wearing, and all that stuff. And we're going to get interviews, which I think is cool. I'm not going to watch this. I don't know how are you going to watch this?
No.
I'm not watching this.
No, hell no.
You know what they said?
I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this when they like rebroadcast it. I'll watch the recording after I've seen the movie, because everything else I want to experience and see for the first time. And that's always urge everyone to do that.
Yeah, they said at the end, they were like, and they're gonna include a sneak preview. I was like, nope.
No,
I was like, get it, nope, done. No, I'm not watching this. I have been studiously avoiding everything I could from any more of this. And you know how hard that is? TV spot. The algorithm knows what I'm into, and they're like, you want to see no, I don't want to see a fucking Fantastic Four thing.
And then Marvel's official account keeps posting stuff, and it's like they have a really, really elaborate, really cool promo campaign with the posters and the ads, stuff like that, everything. They even promoting comics.
Yeah.
So,
which is nice.
It's all very cool. It's all very fun, but every time they reveal something, I feel like they're biting off of the experience of when you actually go to see the movie. And it's Ironic because what can be spoiled about this movie? There's like only the solution and the end, which we already suspect because
Yeah.
of the post-credit scene that happened. We already kind of know what happens.
Yeah.
So why ruin it? I don't know. And we know how the story with Galactus goes, and I don't know. Nothing can technically surprise you in that movie, and still, I'm pretty sure that there are going to be moments that they haven't spoiled yet,
Yeah.
and it's all going to be exciting. But I kind of like wish they didn't spoil that Franklin's going to be born,
This, oh my
because
God, I'm just like, will y'all stop? I love Matt Shackman. He was like, we haven't showed Galactus because I want it to be a real big pop moment. You showed his foot. You don't need. We've already look. That's like the people in Jurassic Park being like, they in the trailer you see the original Jurassic Park. In the trailer you see the T-Rex foot slam down, and that's all you see in the trailer. And then they were like, we didn't want to spoil the whole you see dinosaurs moment. You kind of have, though. I mean, obviously we know we're going to see dinosaurs, but like you kind of stepped on a moment. So I was just like,
a little bit.
but I'm cool. Okay, cool. I'm just, this is with a trend, and we've talked about it offline before. I'm so tired of, I need trailer companies to be a little more judicious about what they show, and I need the marketing teams.
I'm pretty sure that it's the marketing
I need
team.
the marketing teams to be a little more judicious about it. Like it's crazy, it's wild.
I know that they're trying to build up interest, like excitement and everything, and get people to the theater. But how is like no one about Franklin's gonna do that? Most people don't care about him.
They have no idea who the fuck he is. That's the thing. Nobody knows who he is.
Yeah, and then I mean, Valeria is the more interesting child either way. But
can she change reality though? I'm just saying.
I mean, can she?
I mean, she can. She can change the world because she's smarter than Doctor Doom, and she's Doctor Doom's favorite.
She's Doom's kid.
Yeah, she's Doctor Doom's favorite kid.
Yeah, human. Creature.
She's the vice president of the Reed Richards Hate Society, which is weird. Like she loves her dad, but she knows who he is too.
Yeah, she's. I mean, that's why what I love about her, because she does not let him off the hook.
Yeah.
Because every time, like, she calls him out, she gets mad at him. She moved out to live with Doom.
Yeah.
When she was like 4. That's awesome. That's if she knows how to hate Reed properly where it hurts. That's awesome. That's a good kid. But really, I know that there are like Iron Studio statues based on the movie that have Franklin on them. So yeah, they revealed them like a month ago or something. So yeah, it would have been hard to hide, but they should have hid it.
Yeah, I think that, like I said, it's just a trend. I get it. Like the marketing team, they're trying to walk a narrow line. But I'm so over all of the marketing materials, like all of the marketing materials, the TV spots and everything, giving away so much. Like that's why I have to go on an embargo. Once that first official trailer is done, I got to go on an embargo because I'm like, I want to see the shit on the screen. I don't want to see it on a fucking YouTube video or an ad.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But that's me personally. I understand they are trying their hardest to get people's butts in seats, and they're gonna do what they can. And there's I noticed there's a lot of people whose attention spans are not good they're not long. They need these breadcrumbs to get them. They need this trail of breadcrumbs to get them into the fucking theater in the first place. And I'm like, you've seen half the movie, but I guess if that got you there, it just doesn't. I don't.
Yeah, that's very weird to me. But also it's pretty much reasonable to compare the promo campaign for Superman and for Fantastic Four, and I see that like Superman's campaign is pretty well, not only tactful towards the material, but it's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
It's way smaller, and I see Marvel Studios go all out.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the most. I think this is the most heavily promoted movie they ever had.
It's at the very least, it's on the same level as like they're treating it the way that they treated Spider-Man No Way Home. Like Spider-Man No Way Home had a ton of
It didn't get that many promo material. I think that this is them going all out, throwing like all of their money at the promo campaign.
Yeah, they're trying because they're trying to get everyone, because this is the start of the next phase. Fantastic Four starts phase 6, and it's leading directly into the next event.
To Doomsday, yeah.
So they have to impress upon everyone how important it is to see this movie. If you want to see the next Avengers and understand what the fuck's going on, watch this movie. So I get it. I like y'all chill out with the promotion. I want to go into this fresh. That's all. So anyway, cool. I'm not gonna watch this, but you guys go check it out, and we'll reconvene and talk about it then. Superman. We're gonna talk about several Superman things. The first one is Superman salaries get revealed. Fans get oddly upset about it. So you can't see this, but I'll just tell you what it is. It's James Gunn, Nicholas Hoult, David Cornsweet, Rachel Brosnahan, and it shows what they all made. Now, mind you, I'm gonna say these numbers, and then I'm gonna put some context onto it. So, Rachel Brosnahan and David Cornsweet both made $750,000 for their roles. Nicholas Hoult, $2 million. James Gunn, 15 million.
I said, yeah. I saw before that it was like 117 something. No, 200.
It just says.
I mean,
it says 2 million on this. I believe that sounds right. From what I remember the article that I read, James Gunn made 15 mil. Now, here's the context. Also, Rachel Brosnahan and David Cornsweet I believe they have points based on performance at the box office performance. Now, is it first dollar gross? Is it, is it after profits? It depends. Do you remember we were talking about this with Sinners, where Ryan Coogler got first dollar gross? First dollar gross is important. That means you get paid before the studio gets paid, right? If you get first dollar gross, if you get points on first dollar, you are going to get money before the studio gets money. And that when you get that on your contract, that indicates that they are very, very confident about the profitability of your movie. If you get it after that, if it's like on the net, if instead of its first dollar gross, it's on the net, that means they're waiting for profit first, and then you get money off of the profit. I don't know which one it is for them, but I hope it's the first one, because that's a really good one. And $750,000, not terrible, but like considering it's a tentpole movie, you would expect someone to get paid $1 million. I think this is because
first of all, they're relatively new actress, and
or at least
they don't have this massive project. Yeah, unlike Nicholas Hoult, who obviously has been in very big movies alongside very big names. But then again, it's actually a large sum, because who of us gets that much money for like a job?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It sounds reasonable to me. I don't see a problem with this.
I'm surprised it was $1 million. It wasn't $1 million each. Because when it comes to the production of a movie, especially if it's a big tentpole one, like a lot of the money goes to actor salaries. In the MCU, that's one of their problems. One of their problems with the cost of the movie is that the actors
it's mostly Robert Downey Jr.
Well, any of the actors, they go into it knowing this is going to be a high dollar movie. Y'all can't just pay me whatever, right? Especially if I've already been in it, right? And some of them, they get multi-movie contracts, and the deal is every time I show up, I'm gonna be getting paid more than I did before. This is part of the reason why. What's his name? I can't say his name right now. Hawkeye. I can't say his name.
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner didn't come back for
Yeah.
season 2 because they wanted to fucking lowball him for season 2 of Hawkeye.
I remember that like Elizabeth Olsen spoke about it a lot. And I think, wasn't that kind of the whole issue with Terrence Howard?
Yeah, he got paid more than Robert Downey Jr. on the first movie, but he wanted to get paid more. So, look, the thing is I think it's a bit of a low ball for them just because they are the two prominent actors in the movie. Well, they're two of the three prominent actors in the movie, but I get it. This is they're going to have multi-movie contracts. Hopefully they get, if they have points on the back end, that means that they could potentially make $3-4 million. Who knows if Nicholas Hoult had the same thing? Maybe he took an upfront fee and didn't care about the points. He just wants his money. Could be. I don't know. This is contract things. Who fuck knows? This is just straight up what they have. But people are like, why did James Gunn get paid so much? Which I think is a weird.
Because he wrote it, he directed it. His like the whole thing is his idea. I think that he got paid fairly.
What a weird ass question. No, why does Christopher Nolan make millions more than his? He makes on par with or more than the actors that are in his movie. Because it's Christopher motherfucking Nolan. Have y'all not seen did y'all not see Oppenheimer? Like, I get it. If you don't like it, I get it. But
like it.
But understand.
But I still saw it.
Well, listen. Christopher Nolan wrote the fucking movie. He directed it, right? Of course, he makes more money. Like Okay. It's literally his own
writer's check, a director's check,
producer's check,
producer's check, and the studio head check.
Yeah, so obvious. But I'm just saying, Christopher Nolan, that's going to be his only thing, his only job for at least 2 or 3 years, right? Whereas actors,
honestly, like if I had only 15 million for 2 or 3 years, I'd be fine.
Yeah, well,
I can make it work.
And also, it makes sense because, like I said, he's studio head. They were like, well, he made 15 million plus his 7-figure studio head thing, which that studio head because he's working doing other things that ain't got nothing to do with Superman. That he's working on the rest of the studio's work. But again, he wrote the screenplay by himself, so it was his screenplay. Well, obviously, he had some, notes from other people, but it's his screenplay. He storyboarded it. He directed it, right? He's very involved, and he's a producer, so he's going to be very involved in the business and, the artistic direction of it. Yeah, $15 million. You guys are wild if y'all think that that's weird.
What's like $5 million per job?
Yeah, it's just like, I'm not surprised by that. It makes sense to me. If you're
it's a pretty big writer's check, though. I would appreciate if other writers got the same ones.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think people are like, "Oh, he just gave himself a big check," and I'm like, "Well, know your value." But the man's worked in Hollywood for 25 plus years. I think his track record of excellence warrants this. His agent would kick him in the butt and be like, why are you lowballing yourself just because you're the studio head? You need to get paid. And I agree. So anyway, y'all being so weird about this. Like, what the fuck you care? It's not your money. You know who should give a shit about that? David Zaslav. And David Zaslav signed the check, so I think he'll be all right. People on the internet I know we know this. I've been on the internet a long time. People on the internet are weird as hell. That is not your money. It's taking.
We're on the internet, okay? We're on the internet. We're also weird as hell. He's sitting here discussing it.
Yeah, as an internet weirdo, I can firmly say, stop caring so much.
There are weirder people out
there. You guys stop. Yeah, y'all who are upset by this, stop caring so much about it. What the fuck are you, David? Are you David Corenswet's agent or something? And if that's the case,
maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe he started the whole thing.
You did a bad job then.
For all we know, the agent is over there, just like I'm gonna
my guy, whoever the agent, you did a bad job. You could have really upped the score, but whatever. Just weird. People being weird. Anyway, also Superman. Its success has spurred interest in DC projects on Max, in particular. Peacemaker. What was it? God, I had it right here. Why can I look at it?
I still haven't seen it.
It's Peacemaker, which is what are you doing? Polly, we're gonna get to that in a second. We're gonna get to that. But it's
you gonna shame me, I guess.
Let me see. I gotta.
You know what? I'll just get like a hat of shame or something, and the next stream I'm gonna be wearing that. Because I don't think that I'm gonna have any time to watch that.
You gotta buy the helmet and like put on the Peacemaker helmet. Oh, so okay, it said Superman the movie. So the
that is shameful.
Yeah, the 1978 one up 332%. Super/Man. That's the Christopher Reeve documentary. 1,200% spike in interest, which reminds me I need to watch that. Peacemaker up 91%, which makes sense because he showed up in the movie. But Man of Steel up 218%. So
that means that the Snyder freaks are at work again.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because it just means that people are back. Like DC is back, baby. Like they want to see the Man of Steel. They want to see Superman. They want to see.
Be careful because they're gonna watch Man of Steel, and that would be it. They'd be like, "Oh God."
I think people just want good Superman content and DC content. Also, I didn't. This wasn't in the article, but I've noticed there's a ton of people wanting to read Superman comics right now. Like they're really like,
and that's good.
Superman is pushing. They're like, I want to read some of these comics, and I'm like, please do. Like y'all are. It's so weird to me. People saying that Superman is like boring or lame or something like that. I'm just like, I don't see it. Like I know he's not lame or boring. Like you just gotta read. You gotta. And there's also, besides people wanting to get into comics, which is, I love it. I love that so many people are chiming in and being like, read this, read that. They're giving lists. I'm telling people like get on their DC, the app, because they're going to give you a list of things that you can get into. But you also got a bunch of people having weird ass takes that betray the fact that they don't know a fuck thing about Superman. They'd have never read a comic. Or DC in general, but you've never read that. You don't know this character because you're asking stupid ass questions. You're like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, did you see people being like, Superman, this isn't our real Superman. He just sat there and while this thing was attacking the city, he just left it alone and was just sitting there having a conversation. That's not what the Man of Steel Superman would have done. And I'm like, first of all, did you watch the movie where Lois literally says, you gonna get out there and help them? And he was like, oh, it's just a dimensional imp. They got this one. So Superman knows that there are other people that exist that are gonna do the job. He don't have to show up to everything. That's like asking a police officer or a firefighter, man, there's 12 fires going on right now. Why aren't you at every single one of them? Because there's other firefighters, man. Chill out. Like, yeah.
Because I'm stuck in the 13th one.
They're the worst takes possible. Some of them are very bad faith takes, you notice them because they're just trying to pump up Man of Steel, and I'm like, y'all are being weird.
I've seen somebody reposted some post today on Threads where a person was saying that like Superman looks like too bright, and they just not used to this bright look, and like the DC is supposed to be dark and gritty. That's not the case at all. That's not the deal. That's not even Batman comics. They might be like drawn in dark colors. They're not always dark and gritty.
Yeah.
And then like after New 52, they've been pretty bright.
Yeah.
Okay, there is sunshine in Gotham. Okay, it's not all dark, and there is like Metropolis, which is always bright. And
it's people. It's just some of the worst takes. But I just wanted to kind of note this. Like, I love that people are just now they're encouraged to go see. That's the best kind of movies or TV shows or any kind of media. Well, like whenever you walk out of a movie that's based on a book and you'll be like, damn, I need to read this book. And you go read the book,
Yeah,
right?
that's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Not only like based on a book, but you want to have more information on the characters.
Mhm.
That's exactly how I got into the X-Men in the 1st
Mhm.
place and into the comics with that. I watched X-Men Evolution and I wanted more stories about those
Mhm.
characters. And it turned out that the comics are nothing like this cartoon, but it still got me into comics. It still got like the point across.
Right.
So that's the best kind of properties that are like movies,
Exactly.
shows, cartoons, the ones that get you to read the story.
Yeah, to
Doesn't
me,
have to be based on the story, but like when you're interested about the character.
yeah, to me that's
Yeah.
that's a genius move. And I will also note, I don't know if you've been seeing this on YouTube and everything. They have been pushing that DC app, the DC Comics app, a ton to me. Like
Yeah,
I've been seeing ads for it a
that'd be
lot.
fucking awesome if they made it available in other countries besides the US. So I'm not going to comment on that, but I've seen that, yeah. And Marvel's doing the same thing
Mhm.
because they're pushing the Marvel Unlimited app with all the fantastic, like read the Fantastic Four comics.
Right.
I mean, if you start reading the Fantastic Four comics now, of course you won't make it time before the movie, but like really do definitely do go read some Fantastic Four, read some Superman, read All-Star Superman, of course, because it's the story, the book that inspired the whole movie. And like, do you have any great recommendations? Because I could read more Superman.
Yeah, I mean
Absolute, I hear it's good.
well, yeah, I haven't read Absolute.
I
My
haven't read it yet either.
like All Star Superman, which I think I said this last week in our review. It is all over like the DNA of All Star
Yeah.
Superman. All Star Superman's awesome. Superman Birthright by Mark Waid and Lionel Francis
Mhm.
Yu, wonderful. I think you can jump into Action Comics almost anywhere and get something good. Um, Action Comics is the flagship Superman comic. I know there's a Superman, but Action Comics is really good. I think I'm trying to think of the other ones. Those are really the main ones that I think people say Superman for All Season. I haven't read that one, but I really like. I think if just jumping into it. Also, they did a comic run based on the animated Superman. So if you like that, there you can find that. There's almost there's no necessarily bad place to jump in, but Birthright is a good origin explanation of the character, in my opinion. So yeah, you guys check that
Yeah.
out. This Superman, it's doing what it's supposed to. Like these things need to cross pollinate. They spur interest into the character. That's what's been missing, I think, is not pushing people to go back to the comics, because when people get in the comics, then now they get more information. Now they're geeked for the next thing that comes out. They learn more. You learn more. You're
Yeah.
interested.
And that's actually the problem. Again, one of the errors that Marvel mistakes that they make, they change so much that
It's hard
the
to see it
spirit
in.
of the comic is not always in the work. And this is the case where the spirit of the comic book is like all over the movie.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
And
But either way, yeah, great to go and check out the characters.
yeah, and I think that because Superman is people say it's a comic booky movie, it is, which means that if that's your jam, you will like the comic books.
Yeah.
If that's your jam, you're gonna like the comic books, because if you look at it, you're like, this is too silly, you're not gonna like the comics. So either way, you guys go check out some DC stuff. I will actually say in particular, if you haven't seen it, Peacemaker season 1, most definitely watch James Gunn's Suicide Squad, The Suicide Squad. Watch what was it?
Creature
Commandos. Those, if you're gonna watch anything, watch those three things. And yeah, watch the original Superman. That Superman 78 is pretty good. All right, so finally, we're going to talk about box office. Superman makes super bank. What does the box office mean for DC Studios and for the future of the DC franchise? Well, I'm gonna be very measured here. I am not gonna be like, this thing is killing the game. It did do very well. It's had the highest first weekend of the year in the U.S. In the U.S., not
Yet.
internationally, not internationally, but as of right now. So as of right now, it's going into its second weekend. Second weekend is always important. That's where you need to like pay attention to how well a blockbuster tentpole is going to do, because the drop off is important. Most of these big tentpole things are front loaded, so they may have a huge first weekend. Remember, like there are some movies that like Black Adam had a pretty good first week. Second weekend it nosedived like 76%, and it turned out it didn't even make $400 million. This movie's not going to have that problem. It started out with a $125 million domestic weekend. It's projected to take about a 50, 52, 53% drop, which is really good. 50% drop on a tent pole is really quite good. That's a good hold. But it does give an indication of where it's going to end up. Like I said, not a great international box office right now. As of today, the international box office is 95 million. It's not that good. Let's just be honest. It's not great. Domestic is 166 million, 261 worldwide. I think actually as of probably today or tomorrow, it's going to cross 300 million, 315, something like that. So it's on track. I think the profitability is, because I think what was the budget was 225 million. Profitability sits at somewhere like 550 million, something like that. Actually, probably a little bit more than that. So it's kind of on track to become profitable, but it's not going to do gangbusters. I don't even think I ever anticipated it to do gangbusters. I don't know how.
Yeah, no, you did. I can guarantee that you didn't.
I feel pretty sure. I was like, I think I said like, if it gets to 600 mil, if it gets to 550, 600, they should be happy and be.
I think you were saying that like 800 would be a success.
800 would be, in fact, because 800 was around 810, 815 was around where Guardians 3 topped out. If it got to that, they'd be super happy. But I think getting to profitability in the first place is just it. If they can get it to not just break even and then make a little money on top, they'll be happy. And break even and make a little money on top is something like, what did I say, 225 million times 2.5, so 562.
Oh, that's fine.
2.5 is a good round number, a good round multiplier to account for budget, marketing, and the cut that they have to give to the theaters to then make their money back. So can it make 562? I think it's going to be at 400 million within the next 6 days, 5-6 days. So it has another 162 to make. I think it's probable. But even if it doesn't, if it just stops at 550, I think they should count it as a win, because merchandising, and you also have to account for all of the promotional shit that they got going on with other products and everything like that. There's more money on top of just the ticket sales. But the people who are interested in this failing are already trying to like make it out like it's a failure. And it's weird. You saw me, I posted about MovieWeb saying some shit about it. Which is funny, because the actual at the end of the article is like, but you can't really call this a failure. And I'm like, well, that's weird. The way you framed it sounded like you were kind of calling it a failure. It's
They spend the whole time in the article talking about how it's a failure, and then you can't really say that.
yeah, it's wild. There, but you can't call it a runaway. Look, I'm gonna keep it 100. It's not a runaway success either. It's if I had to give it a compare, and I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up making less at the box office than Man of Steel. Man of Steel topped out at like it topped out at, let me see, 670 million, and it was considered a. Some people were like, this didn't do well, and I'm like, no, it did well. 670 million is good. It just wasn't what people thought it would be because it's a Superman movie. So there's an expectation. Anyway, there's a lot of numbers here. What I really want, I guess I want to ask you, is this meeting expectations in your mind? And should they be worried? Or is this a good indicator? Is it a good indicator for the future of DC?
I didn't really have any expectations. Okay, yeah, I was joking about a billion, but I think that's what you expect of a movie of this size. But then again, we are talking about the drop in general in popularity of superhero movies. So it's kind of trying to rebuild the fan base. It's kind of trying to like bring back people after the fiasco that was the DC. What was it called?
DCEU.
DCEU, yes. It's kind of like a lot of people disappointed in Marvel or something like that. It's complicated, and you're trying to build something new. We'll see how it goes, as long as they have the enough money and enough resources to continue. I think it's all good, and they probably should be really careful and like make sure that they stick to the original plan pretty much. So it wouldn't be they wouldn't have to like switch horses and change things along the way, because that's also important,
right,
to keep continuity, to stay consistent. But I'm pretty sure that it's going to be fine for them, and it is I'm actually trying to think what could be the reason for worldwide box office. Of course, like considering that I didn't see a lot of people in the theater, but I didn't go to the biggest theater again in the small town. I don't know how popular the movie was. I don't know how good the promotion was in worldwide, because it kind of felt a little cozy compared to what the Fantastic Four is doing. I mean, Disney is doing with the Fantastic Four, and it's possible, entirely possible, that they under promoted it.
Yeah, well,
but I don't know.
This is there's a very serious need, and I'm not saying that they didn't do it, but like making sure that your marketing team is localized. You know what by that, of course, I'm meaning that it's not just the company based in America and their marketing team is doing all. No, you need people who are from around the world who know and understand the sensibilities of like this is very clear in like Japan. You gotta very specifically market to Japan and Korea and China in a different way than you market to America. You just have to.
I remember that before Deadpool and Wolverine premiere, there was I think like they commissioned, and I think that it was done by the studio, but either they commissioned or somebody did a mural on the wall with the characters. I have a photo of it somewhere, but that was the kind of like promotion that works here, and I didn't see much of anything for Superman.
Yeah. I mean, it could be
Maybe
that.
they did like billboards and stuff like that, but I think that it's really under promotion.
I think if the underperformance is, I mean, it's. I don't think. Again, I never expected it to make a billion. I never expect. Honestly, I never expected it to really get the 800 either. I just thought that if it was really if it was
That would be
great,
nice.
if it was great, it would end up somewhere around there. But this was all,
I mean, it is great.
what this is not accounting for, you know, the lack of enthusiasm worldwide, which just goes to show to me that no one really is sure about the cultural penetration of different characters. Like we know Deadpool, right? We know Wolverine. X-Men seems to be generally popular with people just in everywhere. But Superman, I suspect there's a cultural thing about him. Everybody know who the fuck they know who he is, right? I suspect there's a
But I mean,
cultural.
they would much rather go see Batman,
Yeah,
probably. Not because like dark and broody and sad, but but there is this misconception that the Superman is very American and kind of boring.
yep,
Again,
yep.
which is not true, but there is that.
He's
There
very
is just that
American.
understanding. A lot of people, yeah, and a lot of people don't really have this definitive property that they saw when they were children. Like my generation, for instance, they had Justice League Unlimited, but he wasn't the most interesting character in that.
Yeah.
We had a Superman cartoon, but still we had like Batman the animated series, and we had X-Men, and they were much more interesting characters because it was like something for everyone there. So yeah, maybe they are more popular than Superman, which is interesting because it's quite different experience because Marvel was building and I'm comparing them. I'm not pitting them against each other. Marvel was building the MCU from one of not so popular characters, while DC is building it from the most popular character, arguably. But still, it will take time. It probably will take time for them, but I hope they will get there. I hope that like nobody will make this stupid decision to like stop this altogether because
Right.
you're not making the money.
Yeah, I think the expectation. I think, and James Gunn, he set expectations. There's an expectation game going here. He said he was like, it doesn't have to make a billion. Like,
Yeah.
and other people are trying to be like, no, it has to, or it's a failure. And I get it because who Superman is, but the truth is that Superman, aside from like like the Christopher Reeve ones, which were pretty popular in their day, we haven't really had a Superman that really hits. But I think that you have to build up to that. I think it's weird to want to start off. It's like it's a like you want to climb Mount Everest and you want to start at the summit rather than Gunn is like we'll climb Everest. We got to start at the bottom and work our way up. We're not going to just immediately be at the top. That's not the way that works. And I honestly, the way you really want to look at it is how does the business community look at this? We already know as nerds, we already like this movie. We embrace it. It's a success to us. The normies are hearing us and they're hearing other people. They're like, okay, so this thing might have legs. That's where you really, it might be that it gets to where it's going because it needs 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks to just people just be like, oh, it's good. Let me go see it. Oh, it's good. And it gets money that way, right? Sinners just recently did this. It didn't go gangbusters. It had a good opening. It didn't go gangbusters, but it was just holding and eventually, it tops. And mind you,
Yeah.
It's not like
And eventually,
yeah.
if you want to make more money, you can always do a re-release,
Yeah,
which is what Avatar did.
and I'm gonna say Sinners didn't, like, Sinners ended. Let me see what it was. Sinners now this is its worldwide box office, 365 million. Now, of course, it had a $90 million budget, so its threshold for success is a bit different. But it's a people keep coming back to it, and I think that this movie has rewatchability, but also it's a movie kids can watch. So if you just take kids to it, you know people will do that. This is the sort of thing where it's a long game, and people like to play this like it has to be front loaded and successful, or it's trash. And you can tell that this is not a problem because Zaslav is happy about it. He runs the company, right? He runs WB Discovery. Investors are cool with it because the stock price went up when it released. So they're playing a long game, and this is not, this is a marathon, not a sprint. And so if this tops out at 550 million, cool. People saw the movie, they liked it, they're interested in the characters, as we saw they're interested in the other DC stuff, as we just talked about. They're interested in the comics. They know who these characters are. Hey, they know who Supergirl is. They're going to show up for that. Hey, they know who Peacemaker is. They're going to watch that. This is about they saw starting an avalanche with, one snowflake, or in this case, a snowball or something like that. Yeah, like you see in the cartoons where they throw a snowball and it turns into something that runs people over. So they are going to get their $1 billion movie. It's just not going to be the first one, and it's silly to expect it. Especially given that the DCEU was such a fucking shit show towards the end. Like really, it was a shit show towards the end. Let everyone admit that.
In the beginning too, but okay.
But it had its moments, but it's a shit show toward the end, and it kind of has ruined it. I don't want to say ruined the brand, but it damaged the brand, and they have to get back from that. When any other brand gets damaged by its reputation gets damaged, you have to win back trust. You've got to win back people's goodwill, and this is a good start to it, in my opinion. I don't, and that's worth. I think that's worth more than it getting like I said, $1 billion. It's worth more than the $1 billion because you have to look at the totality of their output. They need every movie from now on to be better than the one before. They need every movie to go further. They need every TV show to go further. So they got to start somewhere, and this is a good start, in my opinion. Anyway. I won't belabor the point anymore. I think this is. I think they got a good start to the DCU, and I'm really excited for it. And I hope you guys are too. So, all that being said, that's all of our news for this week. I thought this would be a shorter episode, but clearly not. We had a lot to talk about.
That ain't gonna happen.
We talk on the internet. Brevity, not our strong suit. But either way, maybe we missed something. I know I cut a few things out of this, but maybe we missed something. We didn't cover what you wanted us to cover, and you want to let us know about it, or you want to be nice or troll us. Whatever the case may be, get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. Of course, you can always hit me up. supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com. Blurred_force1 on Instagram and Threads, and super_not_funny_show on Instagram and on it is not Instagram. I said that already. On TikTok, which I never use, but I am on it. And of course, I could do this by before I say that, get down there, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow the channel, helps more people to see this live stream, all the other content we do on Blurred Force 1. And of course, I couldn't do this by myself. I needed my good friend Polly to come in and just give her her thoughts on everything, and keep us on the right side of the is Reed good or bad debate. Thanks for coming on. Where can they reach you on social media?
Well, it's _mixed on Threads, on Instagram, and on Tumblr.
Yeah, go check her out. Don't troll her. Whoops, that's my. Why do I have a notification?
Don't say
going on?
nice things about Reed, and don't ask questions about Reed Richards, because I'm not gonna answer them. If you want to know why he's bad, just like read the comics.
Ask her.
You'll see.
Ask her. See. Just say, be like, who's Chlor? Just ask who Chlor is. Why? Who? Can you tell me who is Chlor and what does Reed have to do with him? But to be fair to Reed in that moment, it was all Hank Pym was also involved. So all right.
The two of them are actually worse than they.
That's another. That's a discussion for another time.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining us. This has been episode 189 of the Supercast, the live stream version of the Supercast. We'll come back next week. We may live stream again. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. We'll see.
Probably will have seen Fantastic Four.
Actually, I'm going to say we are going to live stream the next one because we got to talk about Fantastic Four. Polly's she's going to come in and be like, I told you that much. And I'm going to be like, but you like Pedro Pascal though. And they are trying so hard with it. I can tell. We're going to,
they created
for episode 190, we are going, I don't want to say it's going to be the Polly Cope episode, but it might be. It might be the Polly Cope episode. We're going to see. It's coming out. We're both going to go see it next week, and we're going to talk about it and have a live review and discussion. So it should be a good time. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you then. So until then, I've been Mo, your comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by my good friend Polly, and we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.